a tremendous amount of disrespect shown to the anthem of the United States, and now Jimmy Lennon Jr. is set to go in there. Then playing the anthem a second time didn't help any to the crowd in attendance. Let's go to our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr., and get this fight underway. Here we go, Jimmy, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, bienvenidos aficionados al box a la Plaza México por la pelea principal de la noche. We welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to the featured bout of the evening. That it's all brought to you by Prestige Boxing Promotion, el Consejo Mundial de Boxeo, Presidente José Suleiman, tercer amigo, Moda Delas, Reporte 98.5, Sky Television, en la cerveza más fina Corona. Esta pelea es sancionada por la Comisión de Boxeo de Distrito Federal, Presidente José Luis Espetia, representando el CMB, Miguel Acuña. Ahora presentando a los jueces. Introducing to you the judges at ringside. Víctor Cervantes, Herminio Cuevas y Humberto Olivares, y el referee es Lupe Garcia. Alright, fans, here we go with the welterweight special attraction main event of the evening. Bien, amigos, esta es la pelea principal de la noche, la última revancha de esos altos en los pesos welter. Presentando en la esquina azul, introducing first in the blue corner, usando pantalón verde con franja blanca y de Morristown, Tennessee, en los Estados Unidos, pesando 66 kilogramos y medio. His weight 146 and 1/2 pounds. As a three-time super lightweight world champion, his record stands at 58 wins, 14 losses, 1 draw with 42 wins coming by way of knockout. Tiene un récord de 58 victorias, 14 derrotas y un empate con 42 ganadas por knockout. Aquí está el ex campeón mundial 3 veces, peso superligero, presentando Frankie the Surgeon Randall. Y su rival, la leyenda viviente en la esquina roja. His opponent across the ring in the red corner, usando pantalón con los colores de la bandera de México, rojo, blanco y verde. Representando Culiacán, Sinaloa, México, pesando 65 kilos, 800 gramos. His weight, 145 pounds, as a legendary 6-time world champion in 3 weight categories. His record stands at 105 wins, 5 losses, 2 draws, with 88 wins coming by way of knockout, con un sobresaliente récord de 105 victorias, 5 derrotas y 2 empates. Tiene 88 ganadas por knockout. Aquí tenemos al 6 veces campeón del mundo. Damas y caballeros, por última vez demos la bienvenida al gran campeón mexicano y mundial, presentando Julio César Chávez.
All right, so the ref calls him to the center of the ring, Lupe Garcia. 10-point must scoring system, no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule, and fighting cannot be saved by the bell in any round.
Don't hit with the head, don't hit under the bell, don't hit behind the head, and don't hit behind of the kidney. We are going to work with hot words: stop, break, box, and time. Ya saben las reglas, Julio. Recuerda que los vamos en puntos menos, peguen la descalificación. Tengo mucho cuidado, no golpear con la cabeza, bajo control en la nuca y no riñones.
All right, folks, so finally, what this night is all about is ready to begin. Julio César Chávez, you get to see him in his final competitive fight 105, 5 losses, 2 draws, 88 wins by knockout, 6-time world champion, taking on Frankie Randall, 3-time world champion. This is fight number 3, the battle for the bragging rights between Chavez and Randall. Frankie won the first fight, Chavez got the second fight, and this is the 3rd fight in their career. Here they go. Julio César Chávez in his prime was just terrific with pinpoint control and his punches behind the elbow of opponents. Frankie Randall in his prime was just an extraordinary fighter with great ability to land punches right on the button. Both guys trying to get the jabs in the face of their respective opponents. Randall decked out in the green trunks facing it, then Chavez with his back to you, and you hear the crowd in attendance here chanting, Chavez, Chavez. Julio César Chávez wearing the colors of the flag of the country of Mexico. It's really silver sparkly trunks with red and green. It's supposed to be white, red, and green, but we'll give him a little grace here since it's his night. This is Chavez's salute to Mexico and his great fans, and the Mexican fans salute to Chavez by showing out en masse here in round number 1 of this scheduled 10-round affair in the welterweight division. Both guys came in under the 147 limit, so they both train hard for this fight. Chavez in at 145, Randall in at 146.5. This is round number 1 as Frankie touches him up with light left jabs. In the prime of his career, those left jabs would have been stinging jabs, followed up by the right hand. I asked Frankie earlier today, I said, do you feel anything that age is taken away from you? And of course, like most athletes, he said no. He said, there's a lot of baseball pitchers in the United States that can still pitch at 40 years old. The difference is they're not getting hit in the head by the guy that they're going against. But Frankie has got himself in tremendous shape at 145 to be ready for this fight. No serious blows landed by either man here in round number 1. Randall hasn't been able to get to Chavez at all, really. A couple of light left jabs, and he lets the right hand fly. And it's noticeable that the skills that were once there are not there by Frankie, but Chavez does a pretty good job showing the flashes of what made him great, those 3 blasts underneath the right elbow of Frankie, so Frankie decides to pick up the pace. Frankie's legs look a little wobbly already. He's been hit to the body a couple of times, and his legs really don't look like they're underneath him that well. He tries to throw some punches, and his punches look a little bit awkward, does Frankie. 2 really good kids, 2 tremendous athletes in their primes. But this is a great opportunity. And tonight really wasn't about the prize fight as Chavez goes head hunting with the right hand, which cracks the left side of the jaw of Frankie Randall. Frankie had a tremendous record going. Most of his losses have been in the last 4 or 5 years, but he's got 58 wins in his career. Just a tremendous career by Frankie Randall over the years. Only 14 losses, but most of his losses, as I mentioned, have come in recent years. Closing seconds now, this is the first round, and Chavez has outboxed him here in round number 1. Body shots getting through by Chavez, and Frankie takes a deep breath. The bell ends round number 1, and so we saw some of the flashes of what Chavez was once able to do with his body shots. As we take a look at Julio César Chávez, he would have won that first round on the judges' scorecards. Victor Cervantes, Hermino Cuevas, and Humberto Oliveras are the judges here. As we take a look at the replay, you see what I mean? Now those are shots that Chavez in his career would have really punished guys behind the elbow. Frankie in their first fight, of course, was the first man to drop Julio César Chávez. That was back in 1994 for the junior welterweight championship of the world, 140-pound division. And here's Frankie trying to get something going, but notice that he misses. And Chavez still able to get his shots through there. Frankie took on the nickname the Surgeon because he had pinpoint control with his hands in his prime. And he didn't quite look like the Surgeon here in the first round. But this is more than a prize fight. This is about the celebration of the career of Julio César Chávez. And Chavez elected to bring Frankie Randall back to settle it once and for all. Even though they're both over 40 years of age, we're in round number 2. I'm Bob Sheridan. You're watching pay-per-view around the world, especially in our Latino community. Glad that you could be with us. Had a great opportunity to see a terrific fight with Cardona and Miguel Angel Gonzalez, and in this one we get to see the flashes of the great former 9 world champions, 9 world titles I should say, between these two great champions. Chavez with the back to the ropes. Frankie paws with the left hand, doesn't really land anything. And again, Frankie looks very awkward with his punches. This is round number 2. It's scheduled for 10 rounds. They both come in underneath the 147-pound welterweight division limit. Frankie shuffles off to the left. You see, he just can't seem to get his shots off. Then he paws with his left hand. He misses all his shots. There's about 5 left hands that Frankie fell short of, and finally he did land one up high in the forehead of Julio César Chávez. Round 2 action. That's the surgeon, Frankie Randall. Wild with the right hand is Chávez, and he misses the left as well. Body shot that time by Frankie, and Frankie looks at Lupe Garcia, the referee, and says to Julio, keep him up. In his prime, Julio César Chávez had a lot of borderline low blows, and he got away with it in a good part of his career because they were right kind of on with the shots just like that, as a matter of fact. Just right on the white area of Frankie Randall's green trunks is where Chávez made a living in the prime of his career, and he's trying to soften Frankie Randall up in the second round of this fight. In the twilight, not the twilight, the end of his career. This is his last professional fight, probably the last pro fight for either of these guys. As Frankie tries to answer back with some body shots of his own, but Chávez is landing far more blows than is Frankie Randall. Remember, there's altitude of 5,000 feet here, so it might be tough for Frankie to really keep his strength up for very long in this fight. He's trying to battle back under a minute to go here in the second round. As Chávez continues to bang the body, Frankie comes with a light uppercut. Chávez shifts around, tries to get in position to land his, and Frankie battling off the ropes. Chávez loads up the right hand. You know, I did the fight a few years ago when Hector Camacho Jr. and Roberto Duran did this one song, and this is a better fight. It's not them in their prime, but they're still working hard. A lot of pride between these two men. Chávez, of course, wants to go out so bad because it's in front of his hometown crowd here in Mexico City. Frankie tries to score, but he's getting punished with shots by Julio César Chávez. Both men have trained extremely hard for this fight, closing seconds now. This is the second round as Chávez punishes the midsection of Frankie Randall as Frankie's forced to back off. Bell ends round number 2. That's another Chávez round. So Julio César Chávez has won the first 2 rounds of the scheduled 10-round affair. You take a look at Julio César Chávez. I want to thank our stage manager, Angelista Estevilla, who's done such a great job ringside here, in a mad place to watch a fight. Great job here at ringside. As you take a look at the replay here in round number 2. Chávez trying to land those body shots and Frankie trying to avoid them, moving his head around. You see Frankie missing so many more shots than you would have seen back in his prime. And I'm amazed that Chávez is as successful as he is in landing his shots. Julio